supernatural horror show from returned with an emotionally explosive premiere episode, which saw the fallout of Boyd's decisions, Fatima's pregnancy, and the town's trusting nature when it comes to outsiders. Now, from Ville faces the twisted nature of the man in yellow. Starting the episode with Kenny and Sophia, the man in yellow. A new day begins in the town, and Boyd takes a moment to threaten Elgin about revealing what transpired the day before. I don't see the matter of Elgin's eye going away easily, and I'm not sure how convinced he actually is that he was being used by the evil powers that be. I feel that a part of him still thinks they're going to get to go home. As Boyd makes his way back into town, he sees a large, bleeding, person-sized sack hanging outside of Tabitha and Jim's house. After forcing Ethan and Julie to check on the animals in the barn, Boyd and Jade lower the sack and open it to find a dead ram. As they do this, Julie opens the barn and screams, revealing a dead Jim hanging upside down next to the words, "Knowledge comes at a cost." The acting from Hannah Cherami is phenomenal as she protects her brother from the sight of their father. After her children are taken home, Tabitha cries, asking herself why. For anyone following closely, it's clear the man in yellow is punishing Tabitha for finding out she and Jade have been here before. The monsters and the man in yellow are having fun toying with the group this way. Kenny watches over Sophia as she prays. Fake tears fall from her eyes as she secretly smiles. He offers to walk her into town as we cut to Ethan throwing a very understandable tantrum following the discovery of his father and blames his mother for Jim not returning home. Boyd, Jade, and Ellis take Jim's body to the church, and as they wheel him through the streets, his death feels like a turning point for the town. Everyone seems affected, and since we, the audience, have followed this family from the beginning, whether you liked the character or not, everything feels like it's changed. As Boyd ponders the message left for them, Jade, who looks particularly shaken, tells Boyd that they need to talk. Kenny and Sophia happen upon Sarah, who is looking at the barn from a distance. As a pariah, she has to stay on the outside of everything, yet her desire to be helpful leads her to take Sophia to get new glasses at the diner. I maintain that Sarah isn't a bad person, as Christy said, she was just made to do bad things. But I think she's been punished and punishes herself enough. I don't believe Sarah will make it home in body or spirit, even if everyone finds a way out of Ville. Jade explains everything he and Tabitha learned the day before to Boyd and Ellis, who look less than relaxed about the situation. Boyd reiterates the sentiment that if they push too hard, something will push back, and Jim was the casualty. This knowledge, and the fact that Boyd appears to be holding his tremors at bay, could be another reason to send him off the deep end. He bitingly tells Jade to work harder on the problem. At the diner, Acosta distances herself from the town, and I think Sophia took note. Acosta seems completely devoid of any desire to help the residents anymore, other than her brief comfort of Julie and Ethan, even changing out of her uniform. I'm certain we haven't felt the last of her ire for Boyd, and if the man in yellow gets his claws into her, I see her being a really big problem going forward. She's full of self-righteous angst, and those powerful feelings will need somewhere to go. Julie sits with a pretending, sleeping Ethan, who once again is wearing yellow. A key reference to the man in yellow, or at least his connection to the town. I don't believe the creators of do anything by coincidence. Donna helps to clean the remnants of Ethan's outburst as Julie leaves to take a walk, refusing company. She does, however, go to visit Randall. She wants his help in visiting the ruins, planning on story-walking to save her dad. Tabitha scrubs at the words in the barn, desperate to rid herself of fault. As Miranda lost her daughter and her life, Tabitha sacrificed her husband for answers, even if she didn't realize it at the time. I didn't think when going into the first season of the show that Tabitha and Jade would be the deep connection to the past for the town. If you'd line the residents up, Jade particularly would have been near the end of my list, but I'm pleasantly surprised at how the story is unfolding. Jade is adamant that the memories they've unlocked are real and that the monsters are using fear to stop them from digging any deeper. An angry Tabitha says it should have been Jade they killed. She's lashing out, which is what the man in yellow wants. He wants them to tear themselves apart. Acosta, filled with unused adrenaline and anger, steals the ambulance from the clinic, only to be joined by Creasy, who jumps in to go for a joyride. Mari alerts Boyd to the issue. While I know that the man in yellow has completely changed his appearance, part of me was disappointed that Sarah didn't feel any kind of inkling that something was amiss while helping Sophia pick out new glasses. Sarah seems incredibly intuitive since her refusal of the voices, and a small part of me thought she'd perhaps developed a kind of sixth sense. However, that appears to not be the case at all, as the two young women bond. Drawing our gaze to a ballerina figurine, symbolic of the music box and the ballerina Boyd encountered, Sophia asks about Jim. Sarah explains that it was quiet for a long time after Boyd found the talismans, but that the attacks happen more frequently now. Probably after Tabitha and Jade return to the town. As they leave storage, Sophia looks at her new glasses, and I wonder if the man in yellow having access to everyone's personal items will be an issue for the residents. Can he somehow use them against people? As Acosta drives her and Christy around in circles trying to get out of town, I keep to my opinion that while Acosta does react the way most people would to the situation, almost moving through the stages of grief, she is incredibly frustrating and should be left to it. There are bigger problems at play than one woman's refusal to believe her own eyes. Tabitha visits Jim's body at the church to say goodbye, unsure of what to do next for their children, while Kenny, Boyd, Donna, and Mari try to stop the ambulance. Without any luck. However, I'm really happy with Christy this season so far. She's saying what needs to be said. The place turns good people bad, and no one knows what they're doing, including Acosta. Victor's father finds him in the barn, hiding, even more scared now that he has someone else to lose. It's beautiful to see his father, loving and caring, despite the years being robbed from them both. He encourages Victor to visit Ethan, but Victor just cannot bring himself to do so. Victor's father signifies a small particle of hope in the darkness, and that is enough to worry me. Randall helps Julie at the ruins, and I didn't think I could grow to like the character who held Donna hostage. He's definitely becoming a member of the town, whether he wants to or not, and clearly cares for Julie and her family. The question I can't help but ask is, why did the monsters let him live? At first, I thought it was for his anger at Boyd or as a walking reminder of their brutality, but some fan theories point to something more sinister. Julie's story walks back to the night of the RV crash, where Jim and Donna make a run for it. Before she can approach them, the nurse monster grabs her. Cutting back to the present, Randall has to watch her writhe on the ground, unable to hear her cry for his help. Just before she's killed, Randall makes the decision to pull her out of the story. It's going to take longer than she hoped to find the right chapter. Tabitha returns home to find Ethan missing, and the team in town deploys spikes to stop the ambulance. As Acosta continues to spiral, the pair spot Ethan walking on the roadside, just before Christy lays down the law and takes matters into her own hands. Turning the wheel into the spikes, the ambulance skids to a halt. Furious, Boyd arrests Acosta, and Ethan visits the RV, taking its radio to try to send his baby brother a message in the afterlife. When he leaves the RV, he finds Jim sitting on a log. They embrace, and Jim seems quite out of it, looking around as if searching for something or like something is coming. He tells Ethan that he needs to look after his mother and sister, but he can't stay. He also asks him to find the Lake of Tears from his dream, the night he was injured in the RV. As Tabitha approaches, Jim disappears. It's a heartbreaking scene, even if it only lasts a moment. Frustratingly, I worry that next episode will fall into the same pattern of something strange happening in a strange town where strange things constantly occur, yet no one will believe it. At this point, even if Tabitha thinks Ethan is reacting to his grief, she has to keep an open mind. After all, she is also the reincarnation of Victor's mother. Nothing is off limits in Ville.